Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Schufer Gymnasium. Anthony Brown here with Hamilton Neal as we have a huge South Atlantic Conference matchup between the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the Queens Royals. Royals coming into this matchup at 6-17, 5-17 in the conference, and for the Bears, 10-14, 9-14 in conference play, and hanging on to dear life and trying to get into conference play. Let's take a second here to look at the team comparison of the two teams we have coming in here. The Bears coming off of a big win, arguably their biggest win of the season against LMU. Now they get a chance to play against these Royals, and they're in the 9th spot right now and in a win-you're-in situation to get into the South Atlantic Conference play. What are you looking forward to seeing today?
Well, every game at this point becomes the most important game for LR, sitting at 10-14, 9-14 in the conference against a Queens squad who comes in, like you mentioned, with 6 wins. Huge game this is for Lenoir-Rhyne. We can't stress that enough. Emily Harmon, Brandy Hudson, those two players have been leading this Bears squad. They're going to be very important here in this game if they want to win.
And a team comparison, as you can see right there, both teams come in not shooting too great, but for the Bears, they've been shooting hot of late. 42% right now is what they stand at, but they've been scorching on the offensive end at home in the last few games. What are you looking forward to seeing on the offensive end for this team?
I'm looking for great, consistent three-point shooting. That's something that was improved in the last game. And taking care of the basketball, that's something that we're going to talk about. The lack of turnovers, that's been good for LR, and also the ability to hit three-point shots. Again, their overall percentage isn't maybe as high as you'd like it to be, but they're getting better with the three-point shot. That's going to be important tonight.
Let's take a moment and look at our keys to the game. Keys to the game today. Pretty simple, I think. Take care of the basketball if you're the Bears. And then you have to contain the dribble drive as well as a balanced scoring attack. It's been a lot of Harmon and Hudson for the Bears this year, and I think they're going to look for some support around to help ease the load. We saw that in their last game against LMU. It seemed like everybody showed up a little bit. They're going to need that today.
Absolutely. Hannah McClung is a player that stepped up. Blakely Crooks had a very good game in the last time out. And with Maddie Dillinger out, it's going to be important for those players to step up. But they're led by Harmon and Hudson, but they need some support, some consistent scoring around them.
And we talked about containing the dribble drive. You have a player that you're going to face in Hall who loves to get downhill, who loves to get buckets inside the paint. You have a team that's not a good three-point shooting team. You got to be able to contain the dribble, keep your bigs out of foul trouble, and dominate this game defensively, I think. Let's take a moment and look at the starters. First for your Royals, we're going to have number 1, Taylor Stevens, number 20, Amari Davis, number 21, Finley Lefevers, number 23, Kalea Hall, and number 33, Malia Garrison. For the Bears, you have number 2, Hannah McClung, number 20, Emily Harmon, number 21, Mallory Sherrill, number 23, Alyssa Wagner, and number 33, Rose Bone. We're going to take a quick moment here and pause for the national anthem, and we'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with a big South Atlantic Conference matchup.
I'm Rob with Center Street Eats. We're located at 2250 North Center Street in Viewmont. We offer fast dine-in and carry-out service. Usually your prepared meals at lunch from 11 to 3 are ready within 5 minutes. Center Street Eats also offers prepared meals and snacks, protein bars, smoothies, and so much more. We can accommodate most allergy restrictions and can adjust our weekly menu to comply with the most current trending diets like keto and paleo. Street Eats has helped fuel the sports programs at Lenoir-Rhyne for over 10 years now. We work with every program on campus, and we look forward to working with them again.
Anthony Brown and Hamilton Neal back here with you on the Bear Sports Network. I'm getting ready for starting lineups to go and give you a quick run over again of the starters for the Royals. Number 1, Taylor Stevens, redshirt junior out of Prince George, Virginia. Number 20, Amari Davis, a sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 21, Finley Lefevers, freshman out of Hickory, North Carolina. It's a homecoming for the freshman. Number 23, Kalea Hall, junior out of Buellville, North Carolina. And number 33, Malia Garrison, freshman out of Franklinville, North Carolina. For the Bears, you have number 2, Hannah McClung, senior, Buckingham, West Virginia. Number 20, Emily Harmon, sophomore, Chesapeake, Virginia. Number 21, Mallory Sherrill, freshman, or redshirt junior, Statesville, North Carolina. Number 23, Alyssa Wagner, senior, Harrisburg, North Carolina. And number 33, Rose Bone, freshman out of Monroe, Georgia. Different lineup than what we're used to seeing for the Bears, but still a big game, important game, and they need this one more than any. We already said it. They're fighting for position to try to stay into that conference tournament, get into the conference tournament. They control their own destiny. You win today, and then you go and you play the biggest game of your season at Newberry to try to keep your season alive. What are you looking forward to seeing today?
I'm looking forward to seeing the intensity and the urgency from this LR team. This is by far their most important game of the season, and given the implications, it really is a postseason game right now here against this Queens squad. They're just trying to get into the conference tournament. They haven't solidified that yet. So if they get this win, they'll get their 11th on the season. They'll be in great position. And
as you mentioned, it's tight in the South Atlantic Conference right now. You have 3 teams tied to that 8th spot between Tusculum, Newberry, UVA-Wise, and then there's the Bears right underneath them. You have a game against Newberry on Saturday to control your destiny, but you have to win tonight first. You got to take care of business, and they did that in their last time out against LMU. It was a de facto playoff game because whoever lost was pretty much eliminated from contention to get in. They won. They took care of business. A high-level basketball game. A lot of good basketball on both sides. High energy, very competitive, and they showed up. You got to expect Emily Harmon to carry off of the performance she had in that last game. She was rolling, got her floater to work. That's her go-to shot, hit a few threes, and their teammates picked her up too.
Absolutely. She came in that game and just had an outstanding contest. Like you mentioned, the floater, her ability to hit that jump shot. All of that was working in that game. And Brandy Hudson, who's going to be coming off the bench here in this game, also, again, going to be very important. She really anchored this squad in the last game. So, again, that duo, Hudson and Harmon, along with the support players, McClung, as well as Blakely Crooks, etc., those players are going to be important.
It's almost time to get started here on Bear Sports Network inside of Schufert Gymnasium. Last time these two teams faced off, it was 2021. First meeting of the new year. Bears took the last matchup on New Year's Eve by 10. Let's see what they have tonight. Garrison and Crooks. Crooks wins it, McClung controls, and now we're off and away. Emily Harmon. It's a matchup she favors a lot. Gets it quick on the inside, step through, gets the foul. Or actually, that'd be a travel. Possession will go to the Royals. And the Royals, they're going to do their part to try to really spoil the party for the Bears. That's what they got at this point in time. A tough drive. Hall unable to get it to go. And now the Bears looking to run. Not wasting any time. Wagner, pull-up jumper, short. This game's got good pace early. Looking for Hall off of her hands and out of play. Not a bad look there by Stevens. Just unable to really control it right there by Hall.
They were just playing a little bit too quick there on that possession, coming off that miss on that jump shot. They got to really slow things down, be controlled offensively, and they'll be fine as they go through.
And for the Bears, looking for the first bucket of the game, run their offensive set now. Crooks hits Harmon in the corner. Inside, outside. Crooks, jumper off the front of the rim, a battle for it, and Cheryl comes up with it. Good effort there on the offensive glass to get the rebound. McClung lines one up. And another offensive rebound. Harmon, she's going to line one up. Again, the Bears getting multiple great looks at it, but not able to get him to fall.
I love that effort. Just going after the basketball, following the misses. I talked about that in the last game against Mars Hill. Even though a shot did not fall there and they didn't score points, you got to love the effort.
Hall, she lets a three go, and that's not something she does a lot of, but she knocks that one down. First points go to the Royals, 3-0 here. Bears don't waste any time getting across half court. Looking to set something up, and this is normally where they go to Hudson. See what Cheryl goes, makes an up and under move, nothing available. Stevens gives a little dream shake, is denied by McClung. Solid defender. Hall looking to get inside off the screen. Three-pointer on the way. Garrison can't get it to go. Harmon pushing again. Bears are not wasting any time getting up the court. They're trying to get some easy offense before the Royals can get set.
I like the movement from this LR offense right now, and you got all five on the floor playing together, playing in unison.
Now let's see if they can get some buckets to go with it as they're still searching for their first points. Almost 3 minutes in here. McClung working with 7 on the shot clock. Takes the drive, gets the bump, doesn't get any. Oh, and she'll get the foul. Late whistle there. Will send Hannah McClung to the free throw line. I think it's the right call. A little bit of a late call, but better correct than never.
It's a delayed call, like you said, and Queens isn't going to like that, but I just like the creativity that McClung shows if she's playing outside with her three-point shot going inside. Now she's at the line.
And leaves the free throw short. This is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the nation. And free throws have killed them a little bit in this year. This is some big ones. Untimely, but she knocks down the second one. Senior playing in her last home game. Would love to end it with a victory. Tough shot going up, and that's controlled by the Bears. Good defense.
Good defense, good activity, active hands.
Crooks gets onside and lets the teardrop fall.
She was so key in the last game with those timely shots inside and outside. She's going to be huge yet again tonight.
They're not giving us any time to talk up here. Action's nonstop. A three-pointer on the way. Harmon with another rebound. That's one of the big stats. It's almost surprising with her. She averages almost 7 rebounds a game. Now pushing the tempo. A pass on the inside. No look. Cheryl up and under. Gets the foul call.
Again, Cheryl getting the call tonight in the starting lineup. We usually see Brandy Hudson playing on the inside. Her physical style allows her to be so effective. Cheryl, a different type of player with her build, but can be effective and now at the line.
And again, another missed free throws. Uncharacteristic by this Bears team. Very good free throw shooting team, coming in at about 80% on the season. Knocks down the second one. A wild pass, but nothing comes out of it. The Royals now looking for some offense. Hall, she's got the only points of the day. Step back. Another strong drive on the inside and good defense there. Now Wagner out and running in the open court. Takes a drive, and that's going to be a foul across the arm.
Queens playing very aggressive on the defensive end here. However, it's giving LR free throw opportunities, and if they can knock them down, that's going to help them get some free points. And like we said, this is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, top 30 in the nation in free throw percentage, and just got to knock them down.
And also, too, nothing settles the nerves more than free throws. You know, big game, very important game. The Bears know they need to win this. You've already beat this team once. Go to the free throw line, get some shots to fall, and let it really ignite your offense. As now the Bears are up 6-3. 6:25 still here in the first. Hall has the only bucket. She makes a nice crossover move, pulls up with the jumper. Can't get it to fall. What a rebound. Put back, can't go. And McClung gets the board, pushing it up for the Bears. Looking on the inside for Cheryl. She's got good position. The Bears are going to rotate it around. Crooks with it. Harmon looking to turn the corner, has it go off her knee. Gets on the inside, and what a move right there. Too shifty is Emily Harmon.
No question. That was such a smooth offensive possession. Emily Harmon really had it the whole time, and she's going to have to do more of that over the course of this game and direct things.
She's kind of been on fire lately after missing a game with an illness. As the three-pointers goes there for Taylor Stevens.
Nothing better to answer that bucket for Queens than a three-point shot. Taylor Stevens, 5'7", out of Prince George, Virginia. Going to be huge in the backcourt for them tonight.
Three-pointers, the only thing that's fallen so far for the Royals. Harmon, no look pass from the inside. Cheryl kicks it right back out. Harmon behind the back, closed down. McClung, three-pointer. That's offline. Mallory Cheryl battling on the inside, gets the rebound and gets the foul. So that's another foul on the inside.
Again, just like we talked about a minute ago, great activity from Cheryl on the interior, who brings size for them. At 6 foot, redshirt junior, again starting this game over Brandy Hudson, giving Graham Smith some good minutes early on.
And for the Royals, Coach Jen Brown, in her second season, not too happy with the calls right now, but I would say Bears are getting these because they're just more active. They're moving better than the Royals, especially on the glass. So that free throw doesn't go, so a common theme of missing some free throws early on. That one goes off of a foot, and it's going to stay here. But we'll have a media timeout, 4:56 to go in the first quarter. LR leading 9-6 over the Royals. Take a short break and be back on the Bear Sports Network.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown with Hamilton Neal. Bears have a 3-point lead early on. What have you seen so far that's helped them kind of get going in what's been a slugfest defensively?
Absolutely. It's been an aggressive, physical game early on. LR has the rebounding edge 9-5, and they're 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Queens has not even taken a free throw yet. Both teams struggling to shoot from the floor.
And pace has been a story early on. Bears not wasting any time pushing it up. Harmon in the corner. Turns down the three-pointer, looking to set up some offense. She said 5 of 8 from the free throw line. That's where the Bears have done most of their damage. 2 threes have fallen for the Royals, but shooting is hard to come by right now as Crooks turns the corner, can't get one to fall. Good defense.
Again, great defense from Queens. They just got to turn that into some offense. They've struggled to shoot here in the early going.
Stevens turns around, gets it to Hall. She's the go. She pulls up for the jumper off the front of the rim. That's a good look for her. Averaging 20 and a half coming into this game. That's a player you rely on, I think, if you're the Royals, if you're going to come out and pull this upset.
Absolutely, no question. She's their leading scorer by a lot, and she's a player who can have that versatility with the jump shot, but also playing inside, but just hasn't got going early.
And not going early is everybody on the defensive end or on the offensive end right now. Bears turn it over there with the travel. 18% from the field of the Royals and 22% from the field right now of the Bears. It is not pretty offensive ball, but it is spectacular defense.
And that could be a theme as we go through this game. Both teams continue to struggle to shoot. Free throws are going to be important. Rebounding is also going to be very critical.
Turning the corner. What a move right there by Stevens. A little bit of a head fake and a shoulder fake. Got McClung to fall off there and gets the bucket. Makes it a 1-point game. 8-9. See if Harmon can get an answer here. Steps back, gets the jumper. Too open. It's Emily Harmon.
I love how Emily Harmon creates space for herself. Even if she's not getting the screens and stuff, she finds those creases right there on the baseline for the jumper. Good shot.
Well, let's see if the Bears can try to turn that into a run. Royals want to get the ball on the inside. Turn of the shoulders goes up. And a nice bucket right there by Jory Wilkes. Great job turning the corner, putting it high off the glass. Just keeping it out a 1-point game here. Harmon back into the front court. Hudson ready to check in on the next dead ball. Wagner got a lot of space. She turns the corner. She goes up for a layup. And all of a sudden, this is an offensive affair as both teams have now got back-to-back buckets.
Out of that media timeout, LR had really gotten things going, so has Queens. Not much defensive activity on that last possession. Wide open shot there for Wagner.
Stevens spins, steps back. Nice move. Can't get it to fall. Harmon rebound, and now she's out the run. 4-on-3 for the Bears. Head fake. Wagner in the corner. McClung for 3. Can't get it to go. And a foul is going to be called, a good foul call right there. Emily Harmon went over the back, trying to be aggressive on the board. You kind of live with that one a little bit.
Absolutely. You see players bringing that effort, trying to get the offensive rebound. If you're Graham Smith, you can't really complain about that. But one thing is for certain, we cannot see Harmon or Hudson get into foul trouble here for LR, because if that's the case, it's going to be tough for them to find some offense.
And speaking of Hudson, Brandy Hudson checking into the game, her first minutes. Coming off the bench, a role we normally don't see, but she'll do some time to time. Block call there on the drive by Hall. Send her to the free throw line.
Those calls are really 50-50 all the time, and the official just has to make a split-second decision. They want to go the offensive player or the defensive player. That time, they sided with Queens and called the block. And now Hall at the free throw line, who has to get going, and this Queens team has to get going at the free throw line. LR's been there a lot more than they have in the early going here in this contest, but they're still only down by 3.
Misses the first one right there, as free throws haven't been free for either team to say so far in this game. 13-10, kind of low scoring. Hall gets one to fall, her 4th point of the game. Stevens leading the Royals right now, 5 points. And for the Bears, Emily Harmon, she's got 4, leading the way. Now she's got the ball, looking for Hudson. Nothing available, little step back move, and tries to thread the needle. That's a tough pass to ask to be made right there.
Absolutely, and we see Harmon and Hudson trying to work there, but give credit to Queens with their active hands on the defensive end. That's something we're going to talk about as we go through this game, is both teams, active feet, active hands. That's the key.
And we get another turnover. It's been a struggle offensively. Do you think this is more bad offense or just really good defense?
I think it's really good defense by both teams. LR is a team that can put up a lot of points on the board, but Queens is, again, they've just been active, and that's something that we talked about, just filling the gaps, not letting Harmon get her usual shots off. LR doing much of the same on Hall defensively.
A little hesitation right there, move off the glass.
Again, another case of Harmon creating her own space, and they're going to need more of that.
Emily Harmon, looks like she's got her swagger back offensively. Now on the inside, spin move, trying to get it off the glass, can't go. Offensive rebound, put back, no go, out of bounds. Nice move by Lefevers on the first attempt. Fuller cleaned it up, couldn't get it to go, and again, just another empty trip for the Royals. 50 seconds to go here. Hudson gets a touch on the inside, turns the corner, puts it off the glass, can't get it to go. And now the Royals, Stevens, she thinks about a 3. Instead, opts the drive, kicks it to the corner. Fuller, high arcer, doesn't get to go. Rebound, up and in. Jory Wilkes, her second bucket.
That's the second time that we've seen Wilkes with a really good play on the inside. 5'9", brings some size to the table and some versatility for this Queens team. And with Hall not doing as much, she's going to be very important.
This is the biggest challenge. You got to shut down Hudson. They do a fantastic job right there. A trap. Hudson spun right into it. Didn't see it coming. You think a little better communication from her teammates to let her know the trap was there, because she was looking to pass out of it.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about Brandy Hudson. She is very aware on the inside. But just like Lincoln Memorial did in the last game, a double team there from Queens.
2-1, bucket to go, and we're tied up after one. Hall knocks it down 15-15, and a competitive first quarter ends with the tie score. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network for the rest of the half.
Welcome to Everett Chevrolet. How may I help you?
Help, that's what we're here to do. Help you buy your next dream vehicle. Start your deal at everettchevy.com or swing by for a quick and hassle-free experience. And remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Everett is a proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, 15-15. The Royals and Bears tied here in Schufer Gymnasium. Just a couple games left before the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Very important game. And Anthony Brown here with Hamilton Neal. Defense was really the leader of that first quarter. Offense came alive a little bit late. What did you see?
I saw out of that first media timeout, better offensive flow from both teams. Queens really picked it up rebounding. It's now 13-10 LR. As you got another bucket there, and just improved shooting. Queens now 6 of 19, LR 5 of 14, Queens 7 of 20 now.
And you said it, the improved offense. That first 5 minutes was rough. Defense really strangled over this game, and for the Bears, hasn't been clean anywhere. They're just struggling to find that rhythm. So much about offense is rhythm, and the Royals are doing a great job keeping the Bears off. Might be a little bit of a letdown following that big game on Monday. Emotionally, they're just not executing as well. Down 2, got to lock in. Good hand right there, and it's going to be controlled by, it's still loose. Jump ball call. So after all that, a jump ball will be called. Started with Landsidel getting a hand on the pass, and then Hudson gets on the ground. A few Royals dive all over the place. Possession Bears.
That's something we've seen throughout this entire game is that scrappy, aggressive play defensively, and that effort turns into a new possession for LR.
Landsidel from up top, just off the front of the rim, and that's going to be a foul on Hudson. She knew it right away. Just kind of took a swat trying to get the tip back.
Much like we saw with Harmon in that first quarter, picked up a similar foul. And again, like we talked about, those were the 2 stars for LR. Got to limit those fouls.
Got to limit the fouls, limit the turnovers, and see if they can get rolling. Harmon right now has 3 turnovers. And just really, it's all been trying to find Hudson getting open on the inside. But now they need to stop. Down 2 here. And we're going to get an offensive 3 seconds called.
That's going to happen from time to time. Again, when you're trying to move the basketball, sometimes things get bogged down a little bit. Give credit to LR. Something that the Queens coaches were stressing during shoot-around was moving the basketball, swinging it around, and that's something that they got to improve on here as we go through.
And move on the inside, but not able to be handled. Jump ball will be called. A little bit of a quick whistle there. Normally we see the refs let those play out, but possession now go back to the Royals. And that's not officially a turnover, but it feels like one for the Bears right now, who just can't seem to get anything going. Stevens, she has it on the wing. Up top to Fuller. Looks on the drive. Has Harmon. Up top, good up fake. Hall, she'll take the 3. And that's way off. That's not what she does at all. She's a get-to-the-basket type of player. Takes a 3, misses badly. Now the Bears look to capitalize. McClung swings it over. Pass on the inside to Hudson. She can't control it. Wild right now is Stevens into the front court. Looking for a player. She just dribbles through. Up and under shot, can't get it to go. McClung controls it.
LR is just out of sync on the offensive side, uncharacteristic. Turning the basketball over, we talked about that as a key coming into this game, and they're not executing it.
Landsiedel gets the wild pass, gets it over to Stoll. Takes a couple dribbles, a little fake, gets in, and that's going to be a foul call. Possession will stay here. I think possession will have stayed here anyways. Ball was knocked out of her hands. Alyssa Wagner will check in for the Bears and for the Royals. Christy Hamzy will now check in. Give Hall her first breather of the game. Outside, Wagner. She's got 4 points for the Bears. Stoll looking to turn the corner, steps back, takes the three. Way off. Again, that's just not a play I think you want to see right now if you're Coach Graham Smith. A lot of one-on-one ball, not enough movement, and not enough passing.
Absolutely. This is just a far cry from what we saw over the weekend against Mars Hill and against Lincoln Memorial. No offensive flow for this LR team right now, and settling for some outside shots that aren't great looks.
They're going to have to battle through it defensively, giving themselves a chance. Tough shot in the turnaround, can't get it to go. Fuller with the rebound. She's been active early. And resetting again. Stevens turns down the three. A little confusion. The ball's going to dribble off of her. Wagner has it. Look ahead, and a wild pass by Landsiedel. Just misses the target. Stevens a little slow to get up in the backcourt, and she's going to need one. That knee is heavily taped, and these Royals, they're banged up. You can see it. Some of them got a lot of taping. That'll bring back in Hall. Kalea Hall. She'll come back into the game. They go check on Stevens, a senior, redshirt senior at that.
Not a good sign there for Queens. With Stevens going out, someone who was bringing some stability to this offense, now they got to find someone else who can lead the point and direct us out.
Hall lets a three go, and that one's off. Wagner from the corner, she'll let go and gets it to fall. Finally, the Bears get a bucket here in the second quarter, take an 18-17 lead.
A lot of times that missed shot for the opposing team is the first pass to the offensive possession, and great look from Stoll to get it to Wagner, corner three.
And a lot of contact there, a no call. Harmon now in the open court, and she gets her shot blocked. What a block right there. That was clean by Hamzy. Right across the front, game flowing fast. Hamzy didn't make a mistake, got the ball clean.
It looked like Harmon was going in for another score there off the pass from Stoll, and you see it here. Hamzy stands 5'7". Great activity and great timing on that block.
Bears keep possession, up one, trying to go on a run. Harmon with it. She's going to come off the screen, looking for something, takes the step-back jumper, and that's money.
Emily Harmon needs more of those clean looks. It's been a struggle for her here in this first half. That shot will go a long way for her as we go through this game.
It's been a struggle for everybody, but if anyone's had success, it has been Emily Harmon. Hall, she lets go a three-pointer to answer, and we're tied up here, 20-20.
She's been a little up and down with that three-point shot, but the thing that you like to see is her continue to have that confidence to continue to let that shot fly.
And somebody who can score like she does, 20 points a game. Hall's definitely not scared to shoot it. Inside to Hudson, she kicks it out to Stoll. Wide open look, and that gets it to go. Bears have found a little groove here. 3 straight possessions ending with a bucket.
Because Brandy Hudson draws so much attention inside, it collapses that defense. It opened up a good look there for Stoll, and that's more the kind of offense they need.
And one immediately to answer, Wilkes. Tough bucket on the inside. Take us to our media timeout. Royals having a chance to go ahead. It's 22-22 right now on the Bears Sports Network. We'll be back on the other side of this media timeout.
Welcome to Everett Chevrolet. How may I help you?
Help, that's what we're here to do. Help you buy your next dream vehicle. Start your deal at everettchevy.com or swing by for a quick and hassle-free experience. And remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Everett is a proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
Back here on the Bears Sports Network, tied 22-22, but the Royals at the line with a chance to take a 1-point lead. Anthony Brown, Hamilton Neal here, and this seems like a midweek game right now. The Bears are struggling a little bit offensively, but 3 straight possessions ending in a bucket. They're trying to find a rhythm, find a way back into this. What do you think is the key for them?
I think the key is more Emily Harmon. She has 8 points here in the early going in this game, and Alyssa Wagner has 7 points. Everyone else has been struggling. We want to see if Brandy can get going a little bit. She's been out there for a while, but they're really running through Emily Harmon right now.
And as they did the first time these two teams matched up, Harmon had 25 points. Hudson, she's going to take the mid-range jumper. If you're going to leave her open, she'll just take it.
Absolutely. That's something that we don't see Brandy do as much. Take that jump shot from the free throw line. That's good to see. And expanding the floor a little bit. Now they're back on top by 1.
Stevens, good to see her back in the game as well. Took probably a little bit of contact to the knee, heavily taped there. Hudson now gets the steal, and she can run in the open court. Good job by the Royals to cut her off and really bottle her up. Harmon will check back, get the play call. Harmon, she turns the 3 down. Good job by Stevens. Active feet, not allowing to turn the corner. Crooks gets it, puts up the floater, and can't get it to fall. Solid defensive possession for the Royals. Now they look to take the lead. Lanzado, she's running. Trying to find something. It looks like we've got a little bit of an ISO here. Going on the inside, Harmon gambles. She can't get it on the inside. Tough pass. That's an offensive foul. Great defensive possession right there by the Bears.
Absolutely. They were active the whole way. Usually on those long defensive possessions, things seem to get out of hand at times. And they were creating a good look there. They had a pass to the corner for a 3-point shot, but a little too aggressive there going inside.
Something on the court. Ref picks it up, has it removed. Might have been a little bit of a hair tie or something. 24-23, 3.5 to go here until halftime. And if you're the Bears, you want to go on a run. You want to try to separate yourself, give you something positive to look into. Hudson gets it on the inside, kicks out. Lanzado, she lets one go. And that just almost perfectly describes his first half right there. It's that one wedges in between the rim and the backboard.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's about LR trying to go on a run here to end this half and set the tone as the officials are going to get the ball down.
Ball gets down. Great work. Justin Hay on the spot when you need him with the broom, with the mop, actually, shall we say. And gets this game going. Of course, that leads to a jump ball, so Bears aren't on. Automatically don't lose possession. They get the ball right back thanks to the jump ball, and the shot clock will reset to 20, I think. So shot clock resets to 20. Bears get it as a jump ball. Again, another chance to score. A little bit of a miscommunication. Get out. Lanzado, she takes a long 2 and knocks it down.
Good ball movement there from LR. And, again, Lanzado, that's a player that brings some size, brings some versatility at that guard spot, off the bench. Those role players, we talked about that at the top, they're going to be important as we go through.
And who would have thought at this point Hudson would have 2 points and the Bears would be winning? She get a foul there on the jumper. Mid-range look by Hall. Sends Kalea Hall to the free throw line, but I mean, who would have thought right now if you're the Bears, you're getting what you expected out of Emily Harmon, 8 points, but Brandy Hudson just 2 points, a couple of turnovers, and you're winning.
They've done a great job at utilizing Alyssa Wagner. Talked about that coming back from the last break. Obviously, like you said, Harmon has been as advertised, and we haven't seen McClung do as much here, or Crooks, so players like Lance Seidel going to be very important.
Knocks that one down, so makes it a 2-point game, 24-26. Harmon hands it off, gets it back. On the inside, let's floater. It's a nice look, can't get it to go. Rebound controlled and now pushed by the Royals into the open court. Finds Stevens up top. That's really been the most impressive part so far for the Royals to me. They've been able to take care of the ball in the open court. Hall, she looks at another three, can't get it to go.
Hall's really taking that three-point shot a lot here in this first half, and some are going to go in, some won't, but give her credit for staying confident in it.
No call on the baseline. Wagner, she let go from up top, and that's another one that falls for Alyssa Wagner. Forces a timeout by the Royals. A lot of contact on the inside, a no call, and then Alyssa Wagner gets the big bucket. We'll keep it here. And Hamilton, we finally starting to see the Bears get a little bit of inside out that we're used to seeing from them. Alyssa Wagner able to knock down that last three.
She's been maybe the most important player here in this game so far. I mean, we expected Emily Harmon to come out and play well, and she has. But for Wagner to step up while Brandy Hudson hasn't gotten in on the party as much yet, that's been so key for them. And the reason why they're up by 5 right now, and still a lot of time to continue to make a run here with a 29-24 score, 2:08 to play against the play of players like Alyssa Wagner that are going to help them try to win this basketball game.
Alyssa Wagner, senior, Harrisburg, North Carolina, Hickory Ridge High School, having herself a good game here. It's been an up and down season for her. Got the finger taped up because it was pretty badly injured, but she said there's nothing that's going to keep her out of any of these games as the Bears try to make a push into the South Atlantic Conference tournament play. Harmon gets a hand on it, unable to get possession as Fuller runs that one down. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Royals got to go now. Stevens looking to come off of the screen. Fuller goes baseline. 5 seconds. And that was an awkward situation there. Awkward situation. It seems like player stepped out of bounds, so the bucket does not count. A little bit of a light whistle here. It's noise in the gym. Couldn't tell what was going on. Crooks, she lines up a three, knocks it down.
I think the defense thought they were going to Brandy. Nice little pass fake there from Crooks, and she's a good three-point shooter. She can knock down that shot. Now LR starting to separate themselves a little bit here, up 32-27.
Crossover on the inside, taking a good pass off from Wilkes to Fuller. Nice bucket there.
I like the play of Wilkes coming off the bench here in this first half. She's giving them some good minutes, and a nice little drop-off pass there to bring them within 3.
Skip pass, Wagner. She can't get it to go. And just 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Let's see what the Royals do here. Stevens pulls it out. 3-point game. Big possession. Bears possibly get a stop and get a bucket. Good denial of Hall by Wagner. She's going to have to dig in here on the defensive end. Tough assignment. Hall does dance. Tries to get off the screen. Spin moves inside. Another good pass. Finds Fuller. Now the Bears got to go 2-1. And that'll end it here in the first half. 31-32. It's been very competitive, ugly at times, close, but 31-32 is our halftime score. We're going to take a quick break, get all the halftime stats, and be right back for you on the Bear Sports Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are LR. We are LR.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are. A community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
This once-in-a-generation project will give student-athletes an advantage and position Lenoir-Rhyne as a leader in academics and athletics.
Welcome back here on the Bears Sports Network. Anthony Brown, Hamilton Neal. 32-31 is our halftime score as LR holds a slim 1-point lead. Mistake there you see on the screen before half. There was a three-pointer that was hit. It was taken off the board, and that was given back. So the score is actually 32-31. Bears up by 1. But I think the numbers are telling right there. As you can see, Bears 42.9% from the field. Royals 34.4. It was a defensive slugfest.
It absolutely was. Both teams struggled to shoot the basketball early. We've seen those numbers continue for Queens. LR picked it up a lot better towards the end of the first quarter, going in throughout that entire second quarter at 42.9%. They're doing better in that regard, and the rebounding battle's pretty even. The turnovers have been an issue for both teams. Right now, the turnover battle, that's going to be very interesting to watch as well when you look at those numbers. 8-7, LR has just one more there than Queens.
And another number that sticks out to me before we look at individual statistics is points in the paint. Royals have 14 compared to the 8 for the Bears, and they've been able to get to the rim. Containing the dribble drive was something I thought was mightily important. Bears haven't done too bad at it, but also, too, it's killed them, and that's really what's kept the Royals in this game. Individually, you're looking at Kalea Hall. I mean, she's the go for this Royals team. 12 points at halftime, and for the Bears, it's Alyssa Wagner actually leading them with 10 points. Big first half. Emily Harmon had 8 points as well, and I think the most surprising stat of it all is just 2 points for Brandy Hudson, and she really kind of looked like a shell of herself out there.
Absolutely. We saw Brandy Hudson not start the game, only played 12 minutes there in that first half, and again, like you mentioned, they got great play from Alyssa Wagner. Just played 15 minutes, 59 seconds, almost that entire first half, 10 points, 3 of 5 from the floor. Emily Harmon right behind her with 8 points, and then Brooks has 5 points. She played 13 minutes there in that first half, so those three leading the way offensively for the Bears.
Well, for the Bears, they're going to start on the defensive end. McClung, Hudson, Crooks, Wagner, and Harmon, the 5 for the Bears. They're going to look to try to do work here. Hall looking to turn the corner. Pass back. Garrison can't get it to fall, but the rebound is controlled by the Royals and now kicked out. Stevens, she lets a 3 fly. Good looking form right there, and just outworking the Bears early on. Stevens gets on the inside, a no-look pass, and Garrison knocks that one down. It had some speed on it.
There's so much importance to Taylor Stevens being in the game. We saw her in the first half limping a little bit, had to go out. Now that she's back in, she's directing the offense. She's doing a great job doing that. Great dump-off pass there for the score.
Hudson goes up through the contact, gets the call. That'll send her to the free throw line, and that's a little more of what we're used to seeing out of Hudson, getting on the inside, making a quick move, and going to the free throw line, if not getting the basket.
And if LR is going to win this basketball game, it could come down to the play of Brandy Hudson, because while we've seen good play from Wagner and Harmon, you can't replace what Brandy Hudson does out there on the floor. She misses that first free throw. The ability to draw double teams, collapse the defense, all of those things, LR can't play without that on a consistent basis, so they need Brandy.
And she knocks down the second one to tie this game up, 33-33. Just a little before a minute has been played here in the second half. A tough pass up top. Hall turning the corner, step back jumper. Nice defense right there by Harmon. Lefevers gets it, can't get the rebound, or can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, and then a foul is called. Finley Lefevers. I was going to mention it before the Bears got down on the last possession. She is all over the place right now on the offensive board.
Absolutely. 6'2" freshman right here from Hickory High School. Homecoming for her. She's a player that brings size to the table. We saw it there on that last possession with the offensive rebound, and now they get another possession. Let's see how she does.
We talked about it being a homecoming. I mean, high school right down the street. Gotta believe she's got some people in attendance here today, and she's playing hard. Hall going to take a long 3, and that's way off. Really the second time we've seen her now take, I would say, a bad shot.
I think she's been settling from the three-point line, and what she does is play on the inside, kind of like what Brandy does for LR. Hall on the inside attracts a lot of attention, but she's been settling for some outside shots, and sometimes they fall and sometimes they haven't. We'll see as we go through this game.
Quick lull in the action. Crooks ready to inbound it in with Harmon, and it's just this game has lacked that run we've seen over the last couple games for the Bears, where they really just get going on the offensive end and can try to create some separation. Crooks, a nice head fake, pull-up jumper, and that was a foul across the arm.
Nice little stop there from Crooks, and those are the fouls that coaches aren't going to be happy with on the jump shots from behind the three-point line, from the mid-range area. Coaches don't like those fouls across the arm on the jumper, but yet again, like we saw in the first half, LR getting some more free throw opportunities, and they need to knock them down.
Knocks down the first one. Bears right now in the midst of a 3-game home win streak, trying to make it 4, and not just that, we're on a total win streak to 3. Keep their hopes alive, trying to get into conference play, and basically force a win in your end game against Newberry on Saturday. Crooks knocks down the second free throw. Gives the Bears a 2-point lead here. 35-33. Lefevers, that's big. She has to come off the court. That's her 3rd foul. Coaches want to make sure they have her as much as they can in the 4th quarter. So she'll take a quick break right here. See Fuller looking to turn the corner, pass back, and that's a travel.
Things got a little stagnant there on that offensive possession, and Stevens was on the left wing waiting for the basketball. You got to believe that she could have knocked down that three-pointer, but now Bears have the basketball trying to build a lead.
Trying to build a lead, build some momentum. Good-sized crowd here today as we got some big games. Wagner pulls up, stops, pops, and can't get it to fall. That touched all of the rim, but just didn't go down. Pass outside. Davis drives in, has that one deflected, and what defense by Crooks. Harmon now pushing in the open court. She's going to look over to Hudson. That's too easy.
That was a smart play from Emily Harmon, getting the pass to Brandy Hudson. She could have done one of two things, passed it as she did or taken it herself. That's going to give Brandy some confidence. She needs to get going here in the second half.
And that's really one of the places Brandy Hudson excels in transition. As she gets another deflection right there, and McClung lays out for it. Coach Graham Smith, his second season, make sure he lets his players know that he appreciates the effort. McClung, first person on the floor. And we're going to take a second and check in real quick to see, I think, a foul situation. Trying to see how many fouls are on Lefevre, as that is very important. I'm going to send everybody to their benches. So while we have a little in the action, let's take a moment and digest kind of what's happened so far. 37-33, and it seems like the Bears are trying to find something offensively, getting down inside and attacking the rim. What have you seen?
I've seen great pace throughout this basketball game, and that's something that we saw from the tip, is both teams are trying to play fast and play with that pace. Sometimes it's led to some turnovers. We've seen that for Queens a little bit here early in the second half. But not only have we seen it just through regular offensive play, but also off the turnovers. Both teams have turned it over quite a bit in the first half, and we've seen it here in the second half as well. So when the live ball turnovers happen, that's going to create transition opportunities. We've seen LR take advantage of it on that play with Harmon getting the pass to Brandy. Great example of that. So turnovers going to lead to a lot of live ball action, and that's going to be a key because it's a tight, close game, and turnovers, rebounding, those things going to very well decide it. And now Queens is on top in the rebounding battle, 22-20. That's an area where it's been even as well. Really, all of the stats, maybe outside of field goal percentage, have been pretty even here in this contest.
And it's been an even contest in almost every way, shape, and form. Just extremely close. I think we got the situation figured out. So I think Lefevre's has 2 fouls instead of 3, which is very important because now she re-enters the game. A drive in, and they kick it to her in the corner. Misses. Bears now looking to run. Crooks not wasting any time. She's out. Finds Hudson. Good pass over and another bucket.
Just like we saw on that turnover, Brandy Hudson in a great spot, right place at the right time. And you see it on the replay here. This was earlier. Well, all right. LR up by 6 now and trying to build that lead.
A little bit of a miscue on the replay. The Bears look out to run again. Crooks pass over and off of a foot. Going to let this one go out of play. I thought Crooks could have made that pass a little earlier. She had Hudson running, but I think just waited a little too late. Good defense right there by Wilkes.
Absolutely. Defensively, we've seen Queens do some good things. Their players have been in good spots. If that pass was executed, that would have been another bucket for Brandy. So good job from Queens, not letting LR get another basket there. And on the offensive end, they got to get some things going, though, and try to limit what LR can do.
Inside to Hudson. Good pass. Can't finish. Crooks unable to control it. And Hudson, a tough angle shot taker and a tough angle shot maker. That time, unable to really get it to fall. Could have probably took a dribble to get to the other side of the basket.
Absolutely. She's so physical. She has the ability to back you down and create some space and create mismatches. Could have got that shot off there, but now Queens has another chance.
Good block, and that one's going to stay here. These teams are absolutely battling right now on the defensive end, just not allowing a single inch to get by for either team. As Hudson gets the steal, now she's out and running. Hudson leading the fast break. She goes, passes over to Harmon. Another bucket.
Hudson returns the favor to Emily Harmon, and that's when LR is playing LR basketball, when they're creating turnovers. I just talked about that with the live ball turnovers. It opens up so much, get out in transition offense, and now they're up by 8.
Good defense right there, and they're going to get the jump ball call. I think that is the best situation for Wagner. There was a lot of contact there. She got all ball on the spin. Beautiful job being there off of the screen as Hudson hedged it, and the defense is turned into offense for the Bears the last few times down, looking to do it again. Hudson on the inside. Harmon pass had a lot of heat on it, and that's going to be over and back. So just when you thought the momentum was going their way and they were finding something, they lost it.
Again, give Queens credit on the defensive end. They're starting to key in on Brandy Hudson. She tried to kick it back out to Emily. They need to execute that more as we go through the rest of this third and into the fourth.
Drive baseline. Tries to kick it over, and just a wild pass. I think that one slipped out of the hands on the drive. This game has been physical. I think both ways. Both players kind of feel like there should have been more foul calls, but it's a very high-level college game, extremely competitive. The Bears hold an 8-point lead, looking to extend it. Gets it to Crooks. Harmon, she takes the jumper. Can't get his goal. Hudson working on the offensive glass, and she makes it fall. And all of a sudden, Brandy Hudson up to 9 points.
Big third quarter for her. Getting that offensive rebound. The physical play of this game is going to allow opportunities like that, and she took advantage. And now Queens having to redirect their offense.
Half-court offense has been very hard to come by for both teams. Stevens, she sets into a jumper. Can't get it to go. McClung with the rebound.
I think Stevens really settled there for that jump shot. That's something we've seen Queens do quite a bit on the offensive end. Got to be a little bit more productive with their possessions moving it.
Harmon swings it over to Wagner. Inside to Crooks. She's got good position. Makes a move, turns, takes the foul. Blakely Crooks going to work.
Interesting matchup there with Crooks and with Hall. 23 picks up another foul. That's going to be something to watch.
And something to watch is this game as the Bears are up 10, 43-33. We'll be back on the Bears Sports Network.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Anthony Brown, Hamilton Neal back here with you on the Bears Sports Network. LR holding a 10-point lead, 43-33. And you got a replay going here.
Yeah, you see the pass there from Emily Harmon to Brandy Hudson. That was in transition off a turnover. Defense turning into offense. That's going to be key because it's still within range here for Queens. We got another replay, just the reversal. Hudson to Harmon. Again, the turnovers going to be a huge, huge key. Queens coughing it up a little bit here, leading to LR getting some baskets, and now there's a 10-point separation here. And for Queens, you can't afford to have LR score many more of those, especially off of turnovers. So a critical last 5 or so here in the third and as we go into the fourth.
And, I mean, I think you hit it on the head. The turnovers have been a big part. The Bears have been able to turn that into offense, defense to offense really easily. But I think most importantly is it's a 10-point game. Offense has been extremely hard to come by. It feels like more than a 10-point game. That timeout might have been perfect timing for the Royals because this game was starting to slip away for them.
Absolutely, and now you have Crooks at the free throw line, and she's been very consistent here in this game as she knocks the first one down. But now we see everyone starting to gel here for LR. Harmon, Hudson, Wagner's played very well, especially in the first half. Crooks. Now they're starting to build this lead up to 12. Queens, they got to feel a little bit of desperation here as we go into the end of the quarter.
Desperation can't affect your play, but it's definitely on the scoreboard. It's creeping in there a little bit. The Royals now going to try to figure out how they're going to get a bucket. Nice step through, and that'll work right there for Amari Davis.
Nice job just kind of splitting there for the 5'10" Amari Davis out of Providence High School in Charlotte. That was one of those possessions defensively for LR where we saw a lack of activity, but for the most part here in this game, they've been rock solid.
And we see a defensive switch. Royals are going to go to a 2-3, I think trying to limit some of those inside looks. Hudson trying to find a work on the inside. Harmon with 6 on the shot clock. Got to go. Turns inside, lets the floater, and gets it to fall in.
That's her go-to shot. Like we talked about at the top of this broadcast, that's the thing that she does so well. In addition to her outside shooting, that floater's just been money for her.
Davis, another tough look. This time the rebound by Garrison, and she puts that back. Offensive rebounding is what's keeping these Royals in the game. A big one there.
And that's a player in Garrison that we haven't talked about as much throughout this game. 5'10" freshman, can play multiple positions. Very big possession there for Queens.
And now they got to see if they can get a stop because the Bears all of a sudden are on that offensive run where they just continue to get buckets. Facing the 2-3. Harmon on the wing. She turns down the 3, gets inside to Hudson. Good deflection as Crooks was wide open.
And you had Hudson trying to get that no-look pass off and almost got it, but LR does keep it.
And they got to work now. 3 on the way. Hudson, good offensive rebound. Nice battle. Hudson gets the rebound anyway, so the Bears will keep possession on the foul. 20 seconds now on the shot clock, and it's starting to feel like LR's woken up and found their rhythm, found their pace. I think specifically on the offensive end, getting some good looks and finally starting to get on the boards.
And a lot of that has come from Brandy Hudson. Throughout this game, we've seen her get more confident, more consistent. Her teammates are finding her, and she's playing very physical in there.
Stoll left wide open at the free throw line. That's just too easy for a shooter of her level. Extends the lead back up to 12.
Just a collapse defensively there for Queens. They didn't spot Stoll right there. There was a lot of congestion there on that possession, and it opened something up.
A lot of dribbling, a nice look, but Stevens can't get it to fall. Stoll now, she's out and running. Gets in front. Again, this 2-3 look, almost matchup-like. Inside, Stoll gets it to Hudson. It's a tough pass. She turns the corner, forces it, and that's going to be a travel. She really forced it on that one. Good job keeping them. I mean, really good job by the Royals to keep Hudson bottled up. She didn't have anywhere to go.
She hasn't had much space throughout this entire game, and that's where you got to give Queens credit on the defensive end, and really why they're still in this game is their activity on the defensive end, as they're still down by 12, but still a ton of time to go through the end of the third into the fourth.
Active hands right now by the Bears as their defense hasn't faltered much. Wilkes, she's going to let one go from deep, and that's short off the hand. Cattell.
I like the look there from Wilkes, but again, on those 3-pointers, they've struggled here in this game, 4 of 15.
And McClung just dribbled right through that press. That's not how you draw it up, but when you got a player that can do it, that's exactly how it works out. Harmon now. She's got 10 points on the game, or 12 points on the game, actually. That's a kick ball. Good job right there by Fuller, Kennedy Fuller. She'll come out of the game, get a quick breather. Good screen by Hudson. Rolls over Wagner. She's going to let the three fly, and it's money.
She's done that all game long, has had a quiet third quarter. Perfect time for her to knock down that three-pointer.
Bears finally get a three-pointer to fall. This lead's opened all the way up now to 15. It's getting out of hand for the Royals. You got to do something. On the inside, that Hall forced it. Harmon, she's running, pulls up for the jumper. Hudson battles on the boards. Wilkes, strong rebound. Not a bad look, I think, right there by Harmon.
Definitely not. In transition, the pull-up three, the pull-up mid-range shot. You like that look. It's one that she can hit. LR does have some cushion here, so they can afford at least one of those.
And a good defensive possession there again. Hudson with the rebound. Harmon pushing it up. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. McClung from three.
Great vision from Harmon to find a wide open McClung in the corner. Queens was not ready for that defensively. And now LR's up by 18. Now you really feel that desperation, almost down by 20 to end the third. They got to find something offensively.
You said it. It's all of a sudden now it's 18. This game is getting away. Harmon, another steal, goes up. 20-piece. Now the difference, as it's been just a third quarter to forget for the Royals. The Bears have blown this one open, 57-37. Under 10 to go here in the third quarter. Hall, she's got it, looking to turn the corner. Puts it off the glass, and that's a good roll. Nice bucket right there as the Bears dominate the third quarter. Take an 18-point lead until the fourth. We're going to take a short break, get the stats, and be back on the Bears Sports Network.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Anthony Brown and Hamilton Neal back here for the start of the fourth quarter. 18-point lead now for the Bears as they blew this one open.
And you see the corner three there from McClung off the pass from Emily Harmon. Just, again, great vision, great look, and that's something that LR's been able to open up. Now shooting 50% on the game. They've also got to the free throw line pretty consistently. Queens has been lacking in those same statistical areas.
25-8 third quarter. Queens looking to answer early on. Davis getting a bucket. Cuts it down to 16, but this is where they got to figure it out on the defensive end. The Bears came alive in that third quarter. 25 points. I mean, that's almost as much as they scored the whole first half.
It won't matter how many points they score offensively. If they don't get stops, the Bears are going to get this win. And now Brandy going back to work there on the score. And they just haven't found an answer for her in the second half. She's really come to life, and give credit to LR's offense. They've found her more. They've been moving the basketball pretty well now, playing that inside-out game that we're used to seeing.
And almost like the other day, it's almost like they went outside in. Hall, she takes a three. She'll get fouled by Landseidel. sends her to the free throw line. Got to have a better closeout there, but got to have a better closeout there, so that's send Hall to the free throw line. It's been a rough day for her, even though she has 14 points, 5 of 17 from the field. It hasn't been easy.
It definitely hasn't. The first half was much better for her than this second half has been as she knocks down the first one. She's really struggled in this second half. And, again, give credit to LR for forcing other players to beat them. We haven't seen that consistently. Hall is the player that's averaging around 20 points per game, and she's almost at that total, but it's a much more strugglesome 16 points right now. So definitely a tough day for her.
Harmon now leading the way. She's got 14. Wagner has 13 for the Bears, and Hudson, after just having 2 points at half, she put up 9 in the third quarter and is up to 11. A little full court press here. 15-point lead, 9 minutes to go. Final home game of the season for these Lady Bears. Inside to Hudson, she drives in, turns the corner, gets the foul, and she's rolling now.
When Brandy's scoring, getting those good looks offensively and also getting to the free throw line, this is when LR as an offense gets into their element. When they're playing through with Brandy Hudson, we saw that against Mars Hill. She did it against Lincoln Memorial the other day, and now she's starting to impose her will on this Queens squad who, like I said, they haven't really had an answer for her in this second half, and I think the biggest reason why they're up 15 right now is because of Brandy.
And Hudson, she's kind of like a solid boxer. She's just going to keep jabbing at you. Just keep jabbing and jabbing. And eventually, when you get into those championship rounds, she's worn you down. So physical, so strong, but that's so quick, shifty, very solid player. Knocks down the second free throw. Stevens looking for something. A drive on the inside, and one by Garrison. Tough shot right there. And Malia Garrison able to get it to fall.
Nice play there from Garrison. Now going to the free throw line, trying to complete a three-point play. Had the angle on Stoll. And, again, if you're going to make a comeback with just under 9 to go, those are the plays that you have to have from players like that. Again, with Hall struggling, they need a player like Garrison to step up and make some impact.
13-point game. And don't look too soon, but the Royals are trying to hang around. This was 20 to start the quarter. Harmon, she's just in a different planet right now. Emily Harmon, another bucket.
Great look from Harmon. We've seen her go to that floater a lot here in this game. That time it was from behind the three-point line. Now LR continuing to build that cushion. She got the layup going there for Stevens, who's also had a quiet second half. They're still within range, but again, like we said, if they can't get stops, it's really not going to matter.
It's all about the stops right now for the Royals if they want to have a chance. But Harmon and Hudson get rolling. It's hard to stop those two. Dancing off of the screen, Emily Harmon takes another three-pointer. Can't get that one to fall out. This place might have erupted if that one went down. But instead, Garrison, she's going to line up a three and knocks it down. All of a sudden, it's just an 11-point game.
Good look there from Garrison off that three-point miss. That's something that we haven't seen her do as much, hang out on the perimeter around the three-point line. But when you have a good look, you knock it down, you take it.
Harmon, another three. This one's short. It's been a rough day outside for her. She was shooting good from three-point land coming into this. 1 for 5 now today. A tough take by Stevens, passes it off to Garrison, and that's a bucket. Leads to a timeout by Coach Smith, as this lead is now down into the single digits. The Royals are fighting hard, and the Bears looking to stay ahead, 63-54. We'll take a break and be right back.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
back here on the Bear Sports Network. What was once an 18-point lead has now been cut in half by a great start by the Royals in this fourth quarter. Hamilton, what have you seen?
I've seen improved play from Malia Garrison here in the second half. She scored the last few buckets for them, had a three-pointer, and had a two-pointer there as well that forced Graham Smith to call a timeout. You got 7:08 to go. Now it's only a 9-point lead, and Queens has all the momentum. If you're LR, they need to stop settling for those three-point shots, be a little bit more consistent with their ball movement. Try to go back to Brandy Hudson a little bit. That's where they were having success, and while they built the lead to 20, got to go back to her. I think they'll find some success.
Quick numbers right now, 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, and 5 for 5 of the Royals from the field. I mean, you needed an answer, and you got one. As they were looking at an 18-point deficit to start, cut it down in half, forced the timeout from Coach Smith. Hudson, she gets it just like you asked for. Stoll with it inside to Hudson. Spins on it. It's going to be a foul on the ground with the hands. And that's just where Brandy Hudson's so difficult to guard. She's so quick but powerful. I mean, she gets so many fouls, it feels like, on that rip-through.
With her physical style, it creates free throw opportunities. It creates the ability to play inside out offensively. And like I said, that's what LR got away from. They need to do more of that here in the last 7 if they want to get the W.
You talked about physical style. One of the players to watch foul trouble is Malia Garrison. She's been a spark plug, but she has 4 of them. Crooks turns the corner and knocks it down. Bears needed that one. They get the answer.
You can rely on Crooks, on Wagner, on Harmon, McClung to knock down those jump shots, and that was a smart play off the inbound. Really good execution.
And a good job to go away from somebody besides the 2 powerhouses, as that one's off the side of the rim, out of play. And good timing right there, I think, for Coach Smith to get the timeout. You go down, you get a bucket, and then you get a stop.
Great recognition just to know when to bring the players back in and make that adjustment of just not settling and being a little bit more deliberate on your offensive possessions. And now they have an opportunity to build more of a lead here, 65-54.
Harmon kills the dribble. They get it inside to Crooks, and I think leaning too much right there was Hudson. She caught that one, and she was ready to make a move. The chair kind of got pulled from under her. Good job by Wilkes right there.
Absolutely. There are some post players, some interior prospects here for Queens that they've done a good job at times holding Hudson down. Not as much here in the second half, but was a little too quick there off that pass was Brandy.
Davis, she bumps into her own teammate, Hall, and is forced into a travel. So back-to-back travels. Still have us stuck here at 11-point lead for the Bears, 65-54. 5:40 to go in this one, and what is a desperate game if you're LR. You need this one so you can keep your hopes alive into the conference tournament. Sitting right now in 9th place, 1 spot out of 8. Wagner, she's got it. Gets inside to Crooks. And a bad pass, just kind of overshot it looking for Hudson. That's one of those things with the Bears. Hudson does so much work on the inside. They do so much work to get it to her. You got to make sure you calm down on the pass and don't overshoot it.
Yeah, that's obviously a focus for Graham Smith. Because they're so focused on Hudson, you got to be focused and precise on your passes. Overshot it there. Now coming back off the miss. Got to get into a good set here. Again, this is an opportunity with coming up on 5 minutes to build the confidence and make Queens a little bit more desperate.
Harmon taking her time. 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Wagner drives in, takes the floater, and halfway down and out, Garrison gets the rebound. Stevens can't chase that pass down, so that's a turnover, and that's a costly one. Leads us to the media timeout. 4:45 to go here. LR up 65-54. We'll be right back.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are
We are
LR. We are LR!
Fun environment here inside Schufer Gymnasium. It's been a fun game. Anthony Brown, Hamilton Neal, LR leading 65-54. And Hamilton, what do you see that's helped them get this 11-point lead?
We see F. Crooks. They're in a one-on-one matchup and just finding some space. That's been hard at times in this game to find some space. Crooks did a good job there of making that happen. And you're up 11. We're under 5 to go. The thing now is just run some clock, be smart with your offense.
Have your stars take you home. Hudson with it right now at the free throw line, looking for something. Kicks it out to Wagner. She'll knock one down. Yes, she will.
She has been money all game long. I can't stress enough how important she's been in this contest. You got a miss there from Queens.
Not a bad look either, just a little too fast. Unable to get it to fall is Fuller. And now the Bears back up 14. Harmon. She's got it. She's going to dance, take attack. Off the glass, can't get it to go. It's going to bounce around. And rebounds controlled by Stevens, and she's looking to push. Doesn't have numbers, but kicks it back. Hall, she'll take a three. Short. McClung gets it. Running. Hesitates, and that one's blocked, but clean up top. I think she got her a little bit across the body. That's close.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 kind of calls. From here, it looked like she had a clean block, but down on the floor, like I said earlier, the officials have to make a split-second decision, and now you got McClung at the free throw line trying to extend this lead even more. Got to knock him down.
And Hannah McClung, she knocks down the first one. Extends the lead, 69-54. Bears do a good job of answering. After they had an 18-point lead, the Royals came storming all the way back, cut it down to single digits. And now it's back up to 16. 70-54, 3:40 to go. Royals almost have to be perfect from here on out. Hall makes the move, kicks it over. Wilkes on the inside, double team, gets it out to Hall, swings it over Garrison. She turns down the three, spins, nice up and under move, and gets it off the glass. That was pretty footwork.
She's really been the player that's kept them anywhere within distance here in this second half, and late in the third, throughout this fourth, she's provided some good things for them. Still down, though, 70-56.
Bears now looking to work. Wagner, she comes off the top. McClung looking for something. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Got to go. Inside, back out. Crooks for three. Three-ball corner pocket just when you need it.
Queens has been out of place defensively in those key moments. When LR's moving the basketball, they're finding great space. Queens is not in the right spot, and now you're looking at 73-56. You really got to be desperate at this point. Not rush your offense, still be smart, but realize time's running out.
And a nice play in the inside by Hudson. She goes straight up, gets the block, and now Harmon running. Hands it off the no-look. It's just showtime out here.
Beautiful transition offense off the miss there. Harmon not only is such an effective scorer, but she passes the basketball and displays that great vision. Finding Crooks there. Great play from LR.
Stevens looking for some space. Garrison overshoots the pass. That's out of play, and 2:12 to go. I think it's starting to settle in for the Royals. This one's slowly just falling out of reach. An extended run here by the Bears has it back up to 19. Largest lead of the day was 20 points, and they can best that right here with the bucket. Coach Smith tells them to slow down, run some clock, get patient in the offensive set. McClung brings it over to the wing. They're looking for the backdoor screen to Hudson. It's shut down. Wagner up top, 6 seconds, got to go. Gives it to Crooks. She turns, takes the mid-range. Blakely Crooks is on fire.
Basically the same play that we saw earlier. Crooks just kind of turning around that free throw line area. Great execution yet again, and LR's been feeling it here in this fourth quarter. Really this whole second half, they played through Hudson. They've done a great job when they've had open looks from behind the arc. The mid-range knocking those down as well, and they'll be getting win number 11 on the season.
Nice bucket right there by Wilkes. She had a good showing today. Points number 7 for her right there. 6 and 7. We're going to get a quick timeout for a substitution.
And the substitution for the Bears is number 1, Tatum McBride.
Gets Emily Harmon out of the game for the final minute and 11 seconds. Emily Harmon, 17 points, 8 of 17 from the field. Sadly, just 1 for 5 from 3. But, I mean, she did everything else that you could ask for today for her team. Brings in Tatum McBride, senior, playing in her last home game. Good job for Coach Smith to be able to get her the ball, and you know they want to get her a bucket too. Up top, Hudson now with it. McClung lets one go from deep. Wagner tips it, can't get it to fall, but McClung battles. Going to get called for the foul. So 77-58 in a game that got, I think, a little too close there in the fourth quarter after a 9-0 run. The Bears are looking like they're going to take control of this one and really finish it off in the right way. Under a minute to go here. Stevens with the jumper, can't get it to fall. Ball's on the ground. Good rebound by Fuller, and one. Playing hard until the end. But Hamilton, the Bears really turned it up after Coach Graham Smith called the timeout when it got down to single digits and put this game to sleep.
Absolutely. That was a great timeout just to bring the players back in and just kind of reset. Remember, before that timeout, Queens had the momentum. They were feeling it. They were knocking down shots. LR was settling for threes, and they weren't really doing as much offensively as far as moving the basketball, playing through Brandy Hudson. And after that timeout, it was a completely different team, a completely different offense. So that point in the game was really the turning point for LR, and they felt that urgency. They needed this win. I talked about the top. This really was a postseason game for them, and the next game will be as well against Newberry. It'll be equally as important.
And with the win today, that basically makes it a win in your end situation on Saturday, as this team's still fighting to get into the conference tournament. They don't want Saturday to be their last game of the season. I'm going to be tuning in to watch that one as they go on the road. Play the final possession here outside Wagner. She pulls up, has the shot blocked. McBride unable to get the shot off as a good closeout by Fuller. Really shut that one down. 4.5 seconds to go. 77-61, 16-point lead here. Just going to see what the final number is, as it looks like the Bears will move on and get their 10th win of the season. Garrison takes a runner, and that'll do it here. Bears get a 16-point victory. They sweep the Royals in conference play. And, I mean, really slow start, struggle to the game early on offensively, and they really turned it on. That third quarter is what did it for them. 25-8 scoring in the third quarter. Had a little bit of a lapse in the fourth, picked it up when they needed to, finish this one off the right way. What are your thoughts on it, Hamilton?
Just overall in that second half, they played with a greater focus, more consistency on the offensive end. And for Queens, great effort down to the end. They just really lost control of the game. Once Graham Smith called that timeout, once they started to play through Brandy Hudson inside and out, that was the difference in this basketball game. And again, the final score, 77-61. LR really opened it up. And really that whole fourth quarter was about protecting the lead and protecting this home floor, getting this win to make sure that the game against Newberry is a win-and-in game to get into the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. And you see the stats here. They limited the turnovers in the second half. I believe they had 8 coming out of the halftime break. Only 5 there in the second half. Queens had another 9 in the second half, so that was another big key here in this game.
And turnovers, the Bears continue their ways. When they've been able to take care of the ball, they've been able to win games. As you mentioned, next game will be Saturday at Newberry. Win, and you're into the conference tournament for the Royals. They go and they'll play at Wingate to finish their season. Had a lot of fun in this game, but the day's not over. The men will get ready to warm up, and they'll be on the court in about 25 minutes or so. I thank you guys for joining Hamilton and I on the mic, and we'll be back to you with the men's game in about 25 minutes. You can join us for that on the Bear Sports Network. Thank you. Ladies win.